7 days after suffering the bitter disappointment of his Grand National Mount Black Lion being brought down at the first fence at Aintree, jockey Sam Twiston-Davies will try to make history on Vicente in the Coral Scottish Grand National at Ayr. Should Paul Nicholls trained Vicente land the richest race run in Scotland with its £215,000 prize money, he would become the fourth horse to win the race 3 times. But the 9-year-old gelding, who is owned by Trevor Hemmings, would be only the second to do it in consecutive years, a feat only previously achieved by Couver Futu over 100 years ago, 1911 to 1913. Twiston-Davies said, "For Vicente to do it would be huge. It has not been done in a long, long time. I will just be the lucky one of his back. To win 3 years on the trot is not something you don't really think about unless it happens. If you had said after he won his first Scottish National that he would win another, I would be amazed. To stand here and say he could possibly win a third and truly remarkable. Hopefully, we will get a bit further this time. That's one of the unfortunate things about jump racing. Black Lion has a massive following. It was a lot of preparation, a lot of thought and a lot of hard work that had gone into it, so when the Grand National ends at the first fence, it is a lot of different emotions and frustrations. It was hard to swallow at the time, but Black Lion got up safe. I am alright and we will have another go another day. A win in Scotland would be far more emotionally digestible for Twiston-Davies. And he has got his first break before the runners have left the paddock. The warm weather that has arrived in Britain and reached the west of Scotland has significantly dried out a track which has spent the last 6 months doing a passable impression of a swamp. The 25-year-old jockey said, "Hopefully it will be good ground. That's the most important thing for him, and this will be the first time this season he has had it. He seems in as good a form as ever. There are a lot more positives than negatives, that for sure. He does take a bit of knowing because he is not the best of jumpers, but it just seems Ayr suits him well. The trip is right for him and he has been well trained." 10-time champion trainer Nicholls, who also won with AP McCoy ridden Belmont Hill in 1997, has had his eye on bringing Vicente back to Ayr all season. Nicholls, successful with Harry Cobden ridden Brahms and Claremont at the track on Friday, said, "He jumps better on this drier ground and that is the most important thing for him. He has been out of form all winter, but that is ground related. He loves the sunshine and a combination of good ground and 4 miles suits him. We have had our eye on this race all season and he has not had a hard time. The drying ground will also suit Fagan and he could also play his part in a racing first. The 8-year-old, owned by Scott Ronnie Bartlett, represents the team behind last week's Aintree Hero Tiger Roll, being trained by Gordon Elliott and ridden by Davy Russell. If Fagan could win, he would make Elliott the first man to train the winners of the English, Scottish, and Irish Nationals, which he won with General Principle, in the same season. Fagan has not run since chasing home Black Cordon at Cheltenham in October, but Elliott said that had been by design rather than because of physical issues. Elliott said, "We have been waiting for the ground all season. He is in good form. Only the Grand National, Cheltenham Gold Cup and Derby are bigger betting races than the Scottish National. Coral reckon more than £20 million will ride on the outcome of the 4-mile contest. They make Vicente 9-1 favourite. Fagan is one of 3 10-1 co-second favourites with Hemmings owned, Sue Smith trained Vintage Clouds and Ballyoptic. The latter is trained by Twiston-Davies' father Nigel, who also is on retrieval mission as the trainer of the luckless Black Lion, and who is last year's second and third. Cagree and Blackshan, also representing him. Nigel has a great Scottish National record, having won it 3 times with Captain Dibble, 1992, Earth Summit, 1994, and Hello Bud, 2009. Like Captain Dibble and Earth Summit, Ballyoptic, who was fourth to presenting Percy in the RSH Chase at the Cheltenham Festival, is a novice chaser still with possible untapped potential. Colin Tizard's duo sizing Kodoko and West Approach, a half-brother to Thistlecrack, plus David Dennis trained Indy 5, who is ridden by the North's top jockey Brian Hughes, are also novices, and the latter, at 33-1, looks a decent each-way hope.